Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in again. Are gamers the new Jetsons to keep up with? Our last Tech Talk, we talked about the future of gaming and virtual reality and where it's going and possibly taking us. Virtual offices? Can you believe that? Is that where you're going to be standing in another year? Is in your living room, but in an office space at work? Today I want to slow things down a little bit and talk about upgrading systems and replacing old hardware because I've had a lot of questions recently about these exact things. When is the right time to upgrade? What I should upgrade to? What is the right components to upgrade? And, how far into the future should I be planning to upgrade for? These are all great questions, right? Are you upgrading to Flex? Because let's be honest, there's a lot of people that are. There's a lot of people that are. A lot of gamers don't even understand the limitations of monitors, frames per second, hardware. A lot of this is unknown for gamers. All we hear is frames per second, and automatically that means that it must be better, right? Because frames per second equals speed, right? There's no limitation on frames per second. Everyone wants the most frames per second they can get for gaming. But that's not the end of it, right? But we'll come back to that later, folks. We'll come back to that later. For now, I want to talk about upgrading and the three types of tech users as I like to see it. Generally, tech users can be broken down into three different categories. You generally have your entertainment users, which are generally going to be the least expensive systems. They're generally going to be used for emails, streaming, Netflix, playing little games on Facebook, things like that, right? The next type of user is generally your business user. They're going to be a little bit more intensive on their systems. Their systems are going to be a little bit more expensive, right? Then you have gamers as well. Gaming systems generally are the most expensive. Not always, but most of the times. And this is generally based on the graphic processing unit, not necessarily the speed of the computer. Money does not always equal more speed, folks, just to let you know. Big inside tip, okay? GPUs are the most expensive part of the computer. Do you even need a GPU? I mean, it's a graphics processing unit, right? So if you're going to be processing graphics, like gaming, everything is graphics nowadays, right? You need a GPU. And the salesman at the store is going to sell you on a GPU because you need one. Right?
Wrong.
Wait, wrong? You don't need a GPU? A GPU is only for high intensive gaming? Really? Oh, so I can get away with buying a cheaper, less expensive system that doesn't have a GPU if I don't plan to play, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Cyberpunk 2077 or anything like that. I'll still be able to play a lot of decent games that I had been playing for years. That's really interesting. That's good to know. So you mean I could save upwards of $500-600 by not buying a GPU in my computer system because I don't need one because I'm not a big gamer? That's really good to know, especially because I was just looking at a new computer setup and it had a GPU in it, right? But now that you kind of maybe possibly know, and of course, you can always ask me if you need a little bit more help with any of the breakdowns here. But now that you possibly know what category of, tech user you fall under, this will help you purchase things in the future, potentially save some money, not have to buy things that you might not need, right? Because let's be honest, when it comes to tech, it's really important to save money because a lot of times you'll be wasting it needlessly. Right? Let's be honest, a lot of the times you'll be wasting it. Also too, main thing is budget. Work within it. Don't be oversold. Do your research. If that computer is on sale this weekend, I can almost guarantee if it's a decent computer, it's going to be on sale next weekend. And if it's not on sale next weekend, it'll be on sale the next weekend. Because guess what? Computers don't go up in price, they come down in price, right? Because they're always being replaced with better technology, right? So, you know, a lot of people ask me, how far ahead should you actually plan to upgrade your units for? What should your forethought be when upgrading unit? I like to work within a 2 to 3 year time period when I'm trying to upgrade a system. Usually what that means is you're going to get far enough ahead that your computer is going to stay current and fast enough to keep up with all the current apps and games or anything like that you might want to play for 2 to 3 years. But if you start thinking outside of a 2 to 3 year time frame uh, window and start trying to plan upgrades for 5 6 years down the road, realistically within that 2 to 3 year time period there's going to be a part that would replace one of your components in your system that is going to be replaced by a faster part for cheaper. We're seeing it right now with the GPU side of computers, where the 30 series and the 6000 series from AMD and Nvidia are crushing everything else that we've seen before, and for a lot less money. The entry units now are beating top tier units from before. So be very careful about upgrading your units too far out, right? Keep within reason. Plan ahead, but don't plan too far ahead is my best suggestion. And again, if you ever want help with anything that I've been talking about, if you want further suggestions, maybe you're looking at a certain unit, if you want breakdowns of certain components on a unit, what might be better to upgrade or skimp on in the future, let me know. That's what I'm here for, folks. I'm here to help people, right? That's my main purpose for all these tech talks, is to make sure everyone knows, right? Um, I've got a message here. GPUs are very important if you're a gamer. If you're not a gamer, let's be honest, as people know, it's not that important. It really isn't that important. A GPU is for processing intensive graphics, not Netflix, sim farm, things like that. You can play World of Warcraft without a GPU, right? And I've got other things, right? A lot of GPUs can last for a very long time, depending on the graphic settings you actually are inputting or putting on those systems. I've still got a system inside my house that I use as a media center that has a GTX 550 Ti. And again, that will play most games at 720p and 1080p, which is most current systems right now. So why upgrade if you don't need to, right? Why upgrade? Right? I mean, you can upgrade. Let's be honest. Let's all flex a little bit here. Let's all flex a little bit. Everyone likes to see their games running top tier, but you don't have to, right? You can get away without upgrading within a yearly time period. So you know it, it's nice to upgrade though. Let's be honest. It's nice to upgrade. Yeah, like right now I'm finding is a great time to upgrade a GPU because a lot of people, like I'm saying, you can get into a brand new top tier from last year's system GPU right now, the NVIDIA 3060 Ti right now. I mean, if you could find one, good luck. You could get into one of those right now, I believe, for $500 Canadian, which is cheaper by multiple hundreds of dollars than the top tier GPU from last year. So you'll be running games better than last year on a system that runs, for a third the price, right? Um, so that type of stuff there too. So I mean, there is room to play. There's room to meld, right? Things like that, right? But I mean, there's so much to go over with computer components that I'd like to cut this a little bit short. Make sure that everyone gets their full use out of the talk and every. Oh, sorry, one second, folks. I'm getting a quick I'm getting a knock on my door here. One second. Let me just go make sure I go answer it here. I apologize, everyone. Give me a quick second here. Mike? No. No, hurry. What? What? No, no, for real? Oh, okay, well, hurry, Mike. Talk to them, quick. Guys, guys, it's your pal, Prison Mike. It's your pal, Prison Mike. We gotta be quick, though. They're after me again. They caught me. I'm making sure you're not needlessly upgrading your systems. Because if you're upgrading your systems needlessly, you're not gonna have time or money to spend on your bail. Because you'll be spending time in jail from scalping all those systems. So make sure you're not needlessly upgrading systems. Because if you do, you're gonna be taken out by the Dementors, and you don't want that. You don't want to be eating gruel for breakfast. So make sure you're saving your money and you're not needlessly upgrading everyone. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. The cops are after me. I gotta go. Oh, man, Mike was not in good sorts this week. Holy jumping. Oh, man. He's got a good point, though. Make sure you're not needlessly upgrading systems, folks. What I'm getting at with that is frames per second does not mean everything, okay? Guys, we need to get Mike out of town again really quick, so I need to cut this off at this point. I'm really sorry. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to continue the talk about monitor limitations and frames per second probably this Friday when I have a bit more time, and hopefully Mike has settled down again, and maybe he's actually, been a decent guy and hasn't been scalping systems getting chased by the cops. But I'm sorry, guys, I gotta get going here and cut this short. As always, folks, stay healed up. Make sure you stay healed up. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on Friday for our monitor limitations and frames per second talk for all you gamers out there. Stay tuned, folks. Stay